This is the future.
Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, born Rachel Meghan Markle, August 4th, 1981, is an American member of the British royal family and former actress. She is married to Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, the younger son of King Charles III and Princess Diana. Let's not forget that. Alright, Meghan was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. Her acting career began in Northwestern University. She played the part of Rachel Zane for 7 seasons from 2011 to 2018 and the American TV legal drama Suit. She also developed a social media presence which include the TIG from 2014 to 2017, a lifestyle blog. During the TIG period, Meghan became involved in charity work focused primarily on women's issues and social justice.
Hey Holtz, I'm so glad you're here. Come with me for a day in the life. I'm going to show you my favorite spots in Toronto. Come on. I really wanted to show you the Shangri-La Hotel. I love this spot, especially when you need a good massage. The spa upstairs, so good. We're at Soho House, Toronto, which is basically TIG headquarters for me. I write my stories here, I take my meetings here, and it's kind of amazing because all over the world, if I'm traveling, Soho House can still be home base.
Now make yourself cry. Oh, I can do that so well. Oh my God, it's crazy. You're like, Meghan, 1 tear, left eye, go. Give me 3 seconds.
So we're here in Kensington Market. I love it so much. They have pedestrian Sundays. It's a lot of fun. My favorite fishmonger hooked is down there. I get my meat from Sanigan's, Blackbird Bakery. You can bring your dogs too. Bogart loves it. She's actually a really sweet woman. I've asked her for so many things and she's like, what are you looking for, honey? Anything where you're doing like supporting local farmers and artisans, you have to do that. It's just the best. And the quality is so much better.
Can I take a picture?
Of course. What's your name?
Gohar.
Gohar. Meghan, nice to meet you. We're at my favorite restaurant, the Harbor Room. Matter of fact, I had my birthday party here last summer in the back patio with my castmates from Suits. Thanks for hanging out with me today. You got to see all of my favorite places in Toronto, and it's been so much fun. If you want to find out more of my favorite places, check out thetig.com. Bye, guys.
She was married to American film producer Trevor Engelson from 2011 until their divorce in 2014. While I'm thinking about it, alright, they divorced in 2014. She then met Harry 2 years later. Okay, because there's some crazies that I hear saying some nonsense. I'm not gonna repeat it, but there's some crazies who say some stuff. Okay, so 2 years prior, and then remember, in 2016, it was a blind date.
How did you first meet?
Yes, we first met, we were introduced actually by a mutual friend who
We should protect her privacy
protect her privacy,
reveal too much of that.
And but it was literally, it was through her, and then we met once and then twice back to back, 2 dates in London last July.
Yes.
Beginning of July. And then it was, I think, about 3, maybe 4 weeks later that I managed to persuade her to come and join me in Botswana, and we camped out with each other under the stars, and she came and joined me for 5 days out there, which was absolutely fantastic. So then we were really by ourselves, which was crucial to me to make sure that we had a chance to get to know each other.
Yeah.
But the friend who introduced you, was she trying to set you up?
Yes, it was definitely a setup. It was a blind date.
It was a blind date, for sure.
And it's so interesting because we talk about it now, and even then, because I'm from the States, you don't grow up with the same understanding of the royal family, and so while I now understand very clearly there's a global interest there, I didn't know much about him, and so the only thing that I had asked her when she said she wanted to set us up was, I had one question. I said, well, is he nice? Because if he wasn't kind, it just didn't it didn't seem like it would make sense. And so we went and met for a drink, and then I think very quickly into that we said, well, what are we doing tomorrow? We should meet again.
What are we doing tomorrow? Let's meet again. And then it was like, right, diaries. We need to get the diaries out and find out how we're going to make this work, because I was off to Africa for a month. She was working, and we just said, right, where's the gap? And the gap happened to be in the perfect place. So I was beautifully surprised when I walked into that room and saw her, and there she was sitting there. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to really have to up my game. I'm going to sit down and and make sure I've got a good chat.
For Meghan and Harry. Okay, so that's that. Meghan retired from acting upon her marriage to Prince Harry in 2018.
In the perfect place.
So how much did you, Prince Harry, know about Meghan? Had you seen her on TV?
No, I'd never even heard about her until this friend said Meghan Markle. I was like, right, okay, give me a bit of background. what's going on here? So no, I'd never watched Suits. I'd never heard of Meghan before, and
starting a long distance relationship. You were working on Suits. You had, I imagine, a packed filming schedule. You've got lots of commitments of your own. How hard was it to keep things going?
It was, yeah.
It was just a choice, right? I think that very early on, when we realized we were going to commit to each other, that we knew we had to invest the time and the energy and whatever it took to make that happen. And so yes, with the filming schedule, it was not the easiest, because it of course included a lot of travel back and forth, but
I don't think you've had any idea what time zone you've been on for the last year and a half.
no.
Coming over here 4 days or a week, and then going back, and then straight into filming the next day. 4 a.m. wake-up calls on a Monday,
Yes.
straight into set, you know. And
Right off the plane and straight to set,
yeah,
and just coming
I'm just
back
trying
and
to
doing it again.
trying to stay as close as possible, but you know, on 2 different time zones and 5 hours apart does have its challenges. But we made it work, and now we're here, so we're thrilled.
And it's an immense change. You're getting a new country out of it, a husband obviously, but also giving up your
nice.
career.
This is nice. Yes. But I don't see it as giving anything up. I just see it as a change.
It's a new challenge. It's a new
chapter, right? And also keep in mind, I've been working on my show for 7 years. So we are very, very fortunate to be able to have that sort of longevity on a series. And for me, once we hit the 100 episode marker, I thought, you know what, I have ticked this box, and I feel really proud of the work I've done there. And now it's time to, as you said, work as a team with you. Yeah.
And became known as the Duchess of Sussex. They have 2 children, Prince Archie and Princess Elizabeth.
Children?
Not currently, no. No, of course, you know. I think one step at a time, and hopefully we'll start a family in the near future.
In January 2020, the couple stepped down as working royal and later settled in California. It's like a summary of all the things that they went through. If we know all the detail that happened, why they settled in California. Okay?
Are my babies safe? And you've created it for what? Because you're bored, or because it sells your paper?
Remember, they were in Canada on vacation. They discover that the paparazzi discovered that they were in Canada, and they had to, Tyler Perry got involved, flew them out of there during COVID. Borders were closing, and then they went and stayed in California at Tyler Perry's house, and then they find their own place and they settle in California. All right, so this is all the craziness that they went through. This is just to sum up everything. All right, let's continue. Meghan became a counselor for One Young World in 2014 and spoke at its 2014 summit in Dublin and attended the 2016 opening ceremony in Ottawa. Also in 2014, she toured Spain, Italy, Turkey, Afghanistan, and England with the United Service Organization. Okay, USO. There's some pictures of that. All right, so these are the things that she was doing. This is where I guess the universe was prepping her for 2 years later to meet Harry, because that was a little bit after her divorce. All right, because we just read here in 2014 she divorced her first husband, and then she went and did all of that. During her time in Toronto, she volunteered for the community meals program at St. Felix Center and donate food from the set of Suit. I was gonna mention that if she didn't say it. Alright, in 2016, what happened was that there's some stories about it. I don't have the video, but there's some stories about it where when she find out that at the end of the set there's food and they were throwing away. So when Meghan find out that the food were being discarded like that, she find ways to get the food to donate it to charity.
As we've got to know more about Meghan, we've learnt that she is someone who is also very sincere in her advocacy for charities. Is that something that you were aware of when you were making the show?
I remember early on, I think it was season 1 or season 2, she realized when we were finished with the crew lunches or dinners that a lot of times they were throwing the food away. And she thought it was crazy. Why are we throwing food away when there are people that are hungry around and we could give it to them? And she'd gone up the chain to try to get this food to be given away to people that were hungry. And there was some sort of policy or insurance or some bureaucracy that was getting in the way. And Meghan, this kind of sums up Meghan. She sees a problem. There's some sort of impediment to it that doesn't really make sense. She decides this impediment is harming people that are hungry from getting food. And I don't know how she did it, but the next thing you knew, we gave the food away to the hungry.
Okay, in 2016, Meghan Markle became a global ambassador for World Vision Canada, traveling to Rwanda for the Clean Water campaign.
Day, I invite you to take a stand with me. On this day and every day, just know that what you have easy access to is a luxury for so many people. So let's make a pact to not take that for granted.
Markle brought us the water we use. We now have drinking water and water to do other things.
She used to come here and bring us clean water. She really cared about the people here. We would use the clean water and wouldn't get sick anymore.
More than 130 families have benefited from the water project. Most expressed gratitude and wished Markle the fairy tale life they say she deserves.
Alright, also this is leading up to meeting Harry 2016. Okay, after a trip to India focused on raising awareness. By that time, okay, I'm sorry I'm interrupting because if I don't say them I'm gonna forget. When she made that trip to India, they were already dating. Go on my Our Part of Pew service. There's a charity that I did. I highlighted. And they sort of mentioned that they were keeping it a secret and all of that. Right? Meaning Meghan was dating Harry. Okay, after a trip to India focused on raising awareness for women's issue, she penned on an op-ed for Time magazine concerning stigmatization of women in regard to menstrual health. Okay, let's continue. She has also worked with the United Nations entity for gender equality and the empowerment of women as an advocate.
Now, equality means that President Paul Kagame of Rwanda, whose country I recently visited as part of my learning mission with UN Women, it means that he is equal to the little girl at the Gihembe refugee camp who is dreaming about being president one day. Equality means that UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon is equal to the young intern at the UN who is dreaming about shaking his hand. It means that a wife is equal to her husband, a sister to her brother. Not better, not worse. They are equal.
In 2017, Markle joined Prince Harry in teaming up with the charity Elephant Without Borders to assist with the conservation effort taking place in Botswana. Okay, there's a picture of them with the elephant. I have it. Okay, in January 2018, Markle became interested in the Hub Community Kitchen run by a survivor of Grenfell Tower fire. Okay, they're already married. She visited the kitchen regularly and suggests that the displaced women published a cookbook to assist the funding for the group. All right, so that's when they were asking, how come you don't do it 7 days a week? And then when they said, oh, we don't have funding, and Meghan was like, why don't you do a cookbook? And that's how this come about.
There is a cookbook, but it's also the story of a West London community who gathered together in a kitchen and discovered the healing power of sharing food.
Cooking for me is everything. I love to see people gathering on one table.
I'd love to cook. I'd love to feed people.
In January 2018, as I was settling into my new home of London, I met a group of women whose community had been affected by the Grenfell fire. They had decided to get together to cook fresh food for their families and their neighbors.
After the fire, it was somewhere where they could make food to take back to their hotel room where you don't have facilities to cook. It was sort of comforting to be able to do that, and the kitchen gave them the opportunity to do it.
It's quite nice to have a sense of belonging. You feel comfortable.
And so, for 2 days every week, these women were able to cook and share their delicious recipes together.
We've called the kitchen the Hub Community Kitchen because in Arabic, hub means love, and we share love.
It's like one family now. We are sharing food, sharing happiness, sadness, everything.
I think food can bring back memories, and even the smell of food can bring back childhood comfort.
I immediately felt connected to this community kitchen. Like these women, I'm passionate about food and cooking as a way of strengthening communities.
She asked me, how many days do you offer this service? And I said 2 days a week. And her straight question was, why not 7 days, Zahira? And I said, funding. So she goes, we can do a cookbook.
We sit together, we eat together, we enjoy the time together.
Okay, and I believe this was one of the projects she kept a secret from the institution, because if the institution knew she was doing that, they will sabotage it. Okay, so she took full credit for that. All right, together, our community cookbook was her first charity project as Duchess of Sussex. In August 2020, Meghan used proceeds from the cookbook to donate £8,000 to the UK charity My Grateful, which support refugees asylum. Oh, I didn't know about that part. Very interesting. Okay, I thought all the proceeds went to the Grenfell. Okay, so let's read that. Okay, Meghan used proceeds from the cookbook to donate £8,000 to the UK charity My Grateful, which support refugees, asylum seekers, and migrants by helping them organize cookery classes. Okay, in March 2021, she donated £10,000 from the proceeds to the UK-based charity HIMA to assist them with stocking the group food bank, provide them with equipment, and help the Salam Shalom kitchen, the only Muslim and Jewish community kitchen in the UK. In March 2020, okay, they had already left the UK, it was announced that Meghan's first post-royal project would be the narration of Disney's nature documentary Elephant, which was released on April 3rd. Okay, there's that. In support of Elephant, Disney Nature and the Disney Conservation Fund will donate to Elephant Without Borders for species conservation in Botswana. Alright, in June 2020, the couple backed the Stop Hate for-profit campaign and encouraged CEOs of different companies to join the movement. In July 2020, she spoke in support of the Black Lives Matter movement. Okay, in April 2021, the group were announced as campaign chairs for Vax Live, the concert to reunite the world, an event organized by Global Citizen to increase access to COVID-19 vaccination.
Thank you, Nomzamo. Hello and good evening, Global Citizens. Look at all of us here, 60,000 strong, together in New York City! Are we prepared to do what's necessary to end this pandemic?
Hi, everybody. It is so good to be back here with all of you. Look, we know been going on forever. We get it. It is a lot. And some people are just over it. But if everyone's over it, it's never going to be over. There's so much that we can do today, now, that can get us closer to ending this pandemic. And that's why we're all here.
They only announced their support for a vaccine equity fundraising initiative by the same organization and penned an open letter to the pharmaceutical industry CEO urging them to address the vaccine equity crisis. In July, as I'm reading this, I don't know where I have that clip. It probably embedded in one of the long tweet videos where one of our senators were questioning the one of the pharmaceutical people about how they pricing those medicine, this kind of thing. It just crossed my mind. I probably will look for it and see if I found it. Okay, in July 2021, Meghan and Harry were among people who were selected by UK-based charity Population Matters to receive the Change Champions Award for their decision to have only 2 children and help with maintaining a smaller and more sustainable population. I'm thinking about the other brother. In August 2021, to mark her 40th birthday, Meghan launched 40 for 40, a campaign that asks people around the world to spend 40 minutes of their time mentoring women re-entering the workforce. In October 2021, and ahead of the 2021 G20 Rome Summit, the couple penned an op-ed letter together with the Director General of the World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom, sorry if I pronounce it wrong, asking the G20 leaders to expedite effort for the global distribution of COVID-19 vaccine. I'm telling you, when Harry and Meghan are part of a organization or they willing to support them, they come with bright ideas. Alright, this was for the Vax Life. Remember, around 2020, people were dying like flies, so they were putting the word out there. Okay, in February 2022, the couple were selected to receive NAACP President's Award for their work on causes related to social justice and equity. And the following month, they were among more than 100 people who signed an open letter published by the People's Vaccine Alliance asking for free global access to COVID-19 vaccine. The letter called out the UK, EU, and Switzerland for opposing a waiver that will allow vaccine intellectual property protection to be lifted. Okay, in October 2022, Meghan and Harry were named as Ripple of Hope Award laureates for their work on racial justice, mental health, and other social initiatives through their foundation, Archewell. In April 2023, she was named as a recipient of the MS Foundation for Women's Work of Vision Award. From January, they didn't mention the chase, but okay, let's focus on the positive thing. Whatever she had experienced, and all of them, baggage forgot. From February 2019 to February 2021, Meghan was patron of London's National Theatre and the Association of Commonwealth Universities. She continued her role as the private patron of Mayu until 2022. She remains a private patron of SmartWorks. Alright, from March 2019 to February 2021, she was the vice president of the Queen's Commonwealth Trust until February 2021. Periodically, online Queen Commonwealth Trust chat sessions were conducted and uploaded to YouTube for general public view. Okay, in October 2019, along with other members of the royal family, Meghan voiced a Public Health England announcement for the Every Mind Matters mental health program. Okay, so there's that. In 2019, Meghan was a contributor and guest editor for the September issue of British Vogue and highlighted the work of 15 women from different areas who were described as force for change. There's that. I will never forget that guy, Amuso guy. There it is. Edward Anuso, editor-in-chief of the British Vogue, later revealed that the issue had become the fastest-selling issue in the history of British Vogue. Okay, and the same issue, and then he went and backstabbed her. Okay, and the same issue, it was announced that she had collaborated with a number of British fashion houses and stores to launch a capsule collection called the Smart Set in September 2019 to benefit the charity SmartWorks. Alright, so I think that's the end, right? Yeah. Oh, there's more. The collection sought to help unemployed and disadvantaged women through selling items on a 1-for-1 basis, meaning an item is donated for each item purchased. Okay, taking advantage of the Meghan Markle effect, driven consumer purchases, and 10 days, the collection provided a year's worth of clothes for the charity. In February 2018, Meghan and fiancé Harry attended the first annual forum of the Royal Foundation. After marriage, Meghan became the foundation's 4th patron alongside Prince Harry, Prince William, and his wife Catherine. This is where all things the way these people could have benefit. Alright, in May 2019, as part of their Heads Together initiative, the Duchess of Sussex, together with her husband and in-laws, launched a Shout. There's the thing that I was mentioning before. Shout, a text messaging service for those who suffer from mental issues. I've just mentioned that. Alright, because now that I decided this will be somewhat separate. Let me repeat it again. Shout, I just read how it started, but once Harry and Meghan left, they left Shout with the Left Behind Royals. Okay, so what they did here, the Left Behind Royals, which is William and Catherine, okay, now they get for-profit company involved with those people who will call to talk about their problem. And then I don't know, okay, I do not know if they sold it or whatever, but a for-profit company had access to those people who were calling for free, okay, and then they use it to do whatever it is that they wanted to do. All right, so there was I'll put the screenshot of that, what I'm talking about. Okay, and if I find the link, I'll put the link in the description as well regarding the Shout thing here. Okay, in June 2019, it was announced that Harry and Meghan will split from the charity. There it is. Split from the charity and establish their own foundation. This is where they say, okay, you could have it, I'll create my own. Nevertheless, the couples will collaborate on mutual projects such as mental health initiative Heads Together. In April 2020, Meghan and Harry confirmed that an alternative foundation will be called Archewell. The name stemmed from a Greek word, arch, meaning source of action, the same word that inspired the name of their son. Archewell was registered in the United States. Okay, so that's that. Now, that's the end. So let's read some of the comments. Thank you for posting this. No opinion, just facts. That's it. A list of accomplishments anyone would and should be proud of. That's right, Meghan. What an amazing contribution to the betterment of the world socially, healthily, and mentally. We need more empathy, compassion, and love like hers in this world. Now, that's what I call a wonderful compilation of facts. That's for sure. Okay, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is an amazing woman. So inspiring. Love Meghan. This is why I love this woman. Very inspiring and accomplished. Even before meeting Harry, her project within the royal family were also revolutionary. Look forward to seeing more from her. Okay, she is married to Diana's son. Thank you. I'm glad they mentioned that, because they only mentioned Charles, Diana's son. That's it. Okay, what an amazing woman. Meghan is a woman driven by action, not just empty word and ribbon cutting. She is such an inspiration. Yes, the one and only Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex. Okay, I would prefer King Charles over Dickie Cheney, Bill Gates, and Meghan Markle. Okay. Let me read the comment here before I block. Okay, what a joke. All pedophile apart from Meghan on your list, our king being one of the worst. Let's black. They love to show themselves and everything, Meghan. Okay, so there's that. Bowling eye. So while you're here, black. So I don't have to see these again. And runaway trader. What trader? Alright, he's still helping the vets. Okay, they kick him out. They didn't want to accept his wife. He has to live his life. Okay, let's read the comment as well. I don't know why. Sometimes I love to read the comment. There's that. Okay, why is she a traitor? I thought being a traitor would be a man who not only effed Shamlia while married to Diana, but also Baroness Tryon, and now incriminate and Kitty Fiddle like his brother and the let me make sure. Let me get out of there and make sure I got the right one. This one. Let's block. Alright, so that's it. Oh, I was already done. Alright, so there's a little bit extra more. Meghan with the soldiers in 2014. Alright, so that's Charities as well. Okay. She was born to marry a soldier, yeah. I think so too. Yep, there's all those pictures here. We love you, Meghan. Let's bookmark this. Alright, Prince Harry will return to London next month for charity. So that will be another video. Okay. Should I just... Okay. Oh my God. I don't want to mix them up.
We made it work, and now we're here, so we're thrilled.
Evolution. This is the future.
And now we're here, so we're thrilled.